do everything. And that's real easy to do. But, you know, life is like spinning plates. You ever seen these guys spin these plates? And they'll get, you know, 20 or 30 plates going. And one thing you got to realize is that there's a lot more plates than there are hands. And so sometimes in life, you just got to focus on the plate that's wobbling, right? And so if you look at your business right now, or your life in general, what aspect do you need to pay special attention to right now because it's wobbling, right? And so if you analyze every, you know, I strongly suggest analyzing your business every Sunday evening or every early Monday, being able to plan out your entire week. And part of that process should be, what do I need to make some adjustments on immediately? What is sort of an urgent matter, you know, that's a problem for me right now? And what's, you know, again, what's wobbling? And don't allow yourself to get discouraged. Just, you know, what I do every single weekend, worst case scenario, early Monday morning, is I make a to-do list of the most necessary items that I have to focus on today and this week. And anytime something comes to my mind that I'm not doing or something that I know needs to be done, I don't rely on my brain to kind of remember these things and process these things. I immediately put that down on my to-do list. So if you use your phone religiously, I would have a section for your to-do list, what needs to be done. And by doing that, you kind of immediately put those things on that list. Now you free your mind of the anxiety of having to sort of keep track of these things that have to be done. And so then what I do is every weekend or very early Monday morning, I revisit my to-do list and I pull the urgent items off that list. And so today I've got like 6 items on my list in addition to appointments and sort of my schedule, and then I put those to-do things in there. And that might be follow-up with, you know, any number of things. It might be, you know, I mean, who knows, but free yourself of the anxiety of having to try to remember these things and just put those things down and then knock them down, you know, one piece at a time. And so right now, a big thought process is in terms of going from an employee to an entrepreneur. I know one of the challenges for a lot of people is when you're an employee, in a lot of cases, when a holiday comes, like this week, we have Thanksgiving, we can just shut it off when it comes to Thanksgiving and then turn it back on when we go back to work on Monday morning. But as a business owner, you don't really ever want your business to shut off. It's nice to be able to put everything aside and obviously focus on family or focus on what needs to be done, and surely I would do that. But also it's a great time to meet with people because they're at home, and a lot of people want to visit about their finances or whatever else they have going on. And so I would take advantage of the fact that people are off work. In a lot of cases, this would be more preferable time for them to meet. The other big focus this week would be, I would set a goal to do a higher number of contacts and a higher number of appointments set than you've done in previous, you know, weeks. We have today through Wednesday. We know that there might be some disruption to your business over the weekend, Thursday through Sunday. So what can you do between now and Wednesday to sort of limit that disruption and preset some positive, you know, potential appointments in your business for early next week? So what I want to do is get a bit of a commitment from everyone on how many appointments you're going to preset for next week to give yourself, again, an advantage over coming back over the holiday instead of having to pick up the pieces and hope that you can pull something together. So, Don, what are you going to do between now and Wednesday as far as presets for next week?
Probably, I think I can probably get 3.
Okay. John?
3.
Jace? I'll do 4. Wow, taking it up a notch. I love it. Brent? Chris Olson,
Yeah, I'll do 5.
5.
Probably should say 6, right?
Yeah, that's what we were expecting.
Hey, 5 is all in mine.
All right, Rocky, Lindsay,
I got 6.
6, 4. Okay. You guys, it'd be great if you walked into next week with, you know, those appointments set up. You'd probably feel pretty good about your week and optimistic about what's in front of you. So that's my kind of main message today. Don't get overwhelmed. You know, just focus on what you need to focus on. I wanted to be able to go through and send out some of the checks that happened on Friday. Did you guys get any insight as to those checks on Friday? And I didn't get the for some reason my WFG was jacked up, and I couldn't gain access. Going back and forth with the company and said, you know, technical support, what's going on with my access. Yeah, see, even right now, on my Pulse, WFG Pulse, it says I'm locked out. Let me see if I can pull this up again. When it doesn't recognize your finger, that's a problem. Your account has been temporarily locked due to too many login failures. So,
Is it like the run report thing?
I'm sending this to Don. Good luck.
I'm logged in. You wanna see if you can run it on the assistant stuff? I don't know where you would find paychecks, but I don't know if I can look that up.
Yeah, I'll see. I don't know if it'll pull up. No, it would have said check direct deposit.
Don't see that. It doesn't show your business stuff, your money side of it.
There you go. Let me try this one more avenue, just because I think you ought to get some of this going on. A screw deal. It's always nice to have such a screwed up situation this way that even people in the business can't get access to the website. Go through all these measures to block out, you know, the world, and then you block out the people that actually need on there.
They tell us that it's unlocked. They said easy stuff too.
Yeah. Alright. Ain't happening. There were some that were sent out, not a ton of them. Amy got paid. Oops.
Moni got paid $2,990.
Yeah, So Moni, which is
Sheldon.
part-time, almost
Sheldon
$3,000.
got $4,200.
Sheldon, $4,000.
And posters.
Andy got paid $7,000. 7,200. John, 1,200. I mean, there were just bunches. I was paid 9,000, a little over 9. So, man, apparently the company and the system still works as of the last pay cycle. Still accepting applications. So you know, might want to step in and jump it up. This is just such a good time, though. Again, just to go back and get with people who are at home. There's a significant number of people who would love to meet while they're at home for the weekend and they've got a few days off. Enjoy the heck out of Thanksgiving. Obviously, that's a good thing. By way of just scheduling, those of you that are in South Jordan, our meeting this week in Clearfield is also on Tuesday. I know, I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me. Apparently, somebody in here got the idea that we should move it from Wednesday to Tuesday. And the reason that I heard was because so many people want to be baking pies on Wednesday night. I have never switched, ever in my life, I have never switched the meeting from Wednesday to Tuesday in anticipation of a holiday the next day. So
Thanksgiving's always Thursday.
I kept my mouth shut and I let other people figure that out. But it's now affected me. I more than likely will not be in South Jordan. I'll probably be here just so for you guys that are down there, because I'm scheduled to do the BPM this week. So me allowing them to jack with the schedule affected my schedule. So I would normally come down there, but I'll probably step this way, and I've got at least one personal guest coming this week as well. So, but it's a good time, and you know, as much as it's easy to focus on the obvious obstacles to this time of the year, I'll also point out to you that people are also starting to think about their life more at this time of the year. They're thinking about their year. They're thinking about what they're satisfied with and dissatisfied with. They're starting to think about New Year's resolutions. So it's actually a great time to be saying to somebody, you know, have you ever thought about completely changing your life in 2020? You know, and so it's actually a great time to preempt some of those things, and people are sort of naturally thinking about making changes. So reach out to people and, you know, get as busy as you can. Anything anyone else has to throw in there? No? All right. Okay, thanks everybody.